Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever had that moment, when you're trying to speak English and there's that frustrating pause?
When your brain's busy translating.
Exactly. Translating everything word for word from your first language before you can even get a sound out. It's like this little internal translator slowing you right down.
Yeah, it causes hesitation.
And it just feels, well, exhausting, honestly. It's such a common thing, right? We hear about it a lot in the feedback you send us.
Definitely a common hurdle.
So our mission for this deep dive is to really explore some practical ways to, train your brain to skip that translation step.
Get it thinking directly in English.
Yeah, because that really is a game changer for fluency, for confidence. We're digging into some great source material you provided, focusing on techniques you can actually use.
And it's worth saying, that translation habit, it's totally natural at first. Your brain's just trying to be efficient.
Yeah, connecting new words to what it already knows.
Exactly. It's like building a bridge initially. It serves a purpose. But like you said, that bridge can really turn into a crutch later on.
It holds you back.
It does. Instead of making that direct connection to English, your brain just keeps taking the old route, back and forth, translating.
Sounds tiring just thinking about it.
It is. But the good news, and the sources really stress this, is that it's not, permanent. You absolutely can break the habit.
Okay.
By consciously building new pathways. Direct pathways for English in your brain.
Building new pathways. Okay, I like that. So based on the material, how do we begin shifting away from that ingrained translation? What's technique number one?
Well, the first one highlighted is actually incredibly simple. Maybe deceptively simple, but really effective.
Okay.
It's about integrating simple English into your everyday internal monologue.
Your internal monologue, you mean like the voice inside your head? The thoughts.
Exactly that voice. Making English part of that constant sort of low-level thinking that goes on all day.
Yeah.
And the sources are clear. This isn't about, writing novels in your head or debating philosophy. It's way simpler.
Okay.
It's just using English to label things.
Yes.
To observe the world around you inside your own head.
Right. Okay, that sounds doable. Can you give some specific examples from the sources?
So instead of thinking, okay, I really need to make some coffee now, in your native language.
Which I probably just did.
Right. The sources suggest training yourself to think something much simpler, like just coffee. Need coffee.
Okay. Stripped right back.
Yeah. Or you're walking outside looking around. Just mentally label things. Blue car, tall building, green tree. Keep it basic.
Simple words, short phrases, just describing what's there or what you're doing.
Exactly.
And how does that work for different levels? Beginners versus, say, intermediate learners?
That's a key point the sources cover. For beginners, you stick right to those single words or super short phrases.
Just the label.
Yep. Nouns, maybe simple action verbs, just label. As you get more comfortable, maybe intermediate level, you can start forming basic sentences.
Like what?
Things like, I am walking, or the sun is bright, I like this song. Simple observations.
Right.
But the main thing, and the sources really hit this home, is consistency and keeping it really low pressure.
No judgment?
None at all. It's just practice inside your head. No one else needs to know.
That low pressure thing is probably key, yeah. Makes it feel less daunting. Anyone could try that right now. Okay, cool. Moving on then, what's the second technique from the material?
The second one is powerful because it works on creating a very direct link. It effectively tries to bypass that translation step right from the start.
How?
By associating English directly with your actual real-life actions.
Associating English with actions. Okay, how does that work? How does that build the direct connection?
Well, you consciously connect the English word or phrase straight to the physical thing you're doing.
Okay.
The sources explain this helps build like a direct wire in your brain. Connects the idea of the action straight to the English word without needing that detour through your native language.
Makes sense.
Think about your daily routines. Brushing your teeth, think or even whisper. Brush teeth.
Okay.
Washing your hands. Wash hands. You're cooking. Think, cut vegetables. Stir soup. Wash dishes.
So it's like creating this immediate trigger. The action triggers the English.
Exactly. And the sources note this is fantastic for beginners because everyday actions are clear, they're consistent, good for learning basic verbs, commands.
Yeah, I can see that.
Then intermediate learners can expand it a bit. Describe the action in a little more detail.
How so?
So instead of just stir soup, maybe I am gently stirring the soup, or getting dressed. I am putting on my shoes.
Adding a bit more description.
Right. And the more you deliberately pair the English with the action, the stronger that direct connection gets. It becomes more automatic over time.
That really anchors the language in reality, doesn't it? Okay, makes sense. What's our third technique from the sources?
The third one, this one might feel a little bit, I don't know, silly at first. But the sources swear it's incredibly effective. It's speaking with yourself or narrating your day in English.
Narrating your day, you mean like doing a running commentary on your own life?
Pretty much, yeah. But it doesn't have to be, out loud on the bus or anything.
Okay, good.
Internal narration works great. Or just whispering quietly to yourself at home. That's fine too.
And why is this one so powerful?
Because, as the sources put it, it forces your brain to actually produce English, even if you're the only one listening.
The production part, not just understanding.
Exactly. So you're making your bed. You could think or whisper, okay, making my bed now, smooth the sheets, looks nice and neat, doing laundry, need to separate the whites, these socks are mine. Or just observing, I see a cat, the cat is black.
I can definitely see how that would push your brain more than just labeling. You have to form sentences.
Absolutely. That active production is crucial, according to the sources. Yeah. For beginners, keep it simple. Describe what you see, what you're doing. I see a dog. Dog is brown.
Right.
Intermediate learners, you can try narrating more complex things. Thoughts, feelings, even planning.
Like planning your day.
Yeah. Like, okay, tomorrow, need to wake up early. First, gym. Then meeting at 10. Need to buy groceries, milk, eggs. Talking yourself through it.
Wow, okay.
The sources suggest this one really builds fluency and, importantly, speaking confidence like crazy.
These are definitely practical things people can try. Now, let's talk about the struggle, because we know from the questions you send in that a lot of learners hit this wall. They feel like, okay, I can understand in English, I can follow conversations pretty well, but when it's my turn to speak, I freeze.
Yep, the translation loop kicks in.
Exactly, and it's slow, it feels awkward, it's just frustrating.
Oh, absolutely. That feeling is so real, and it's very common. If that's you listening right now, please know it's not a failure.
Right.
It's just your brain doing what it learned to do first. It's defaulting to that old habit.
So what do the sources say about dealing with that frustration?
Patience and persistence. The sources are really clear on this.
Easier said than done sometimes.
Oh, for sure. But they frame it really well. It's not like flipping a switch. It's much more like building a muscle.
Building a muscle. I like that analogy.
Yeah. Every single time you consciously try one of these techniques, you label something, you link English to an action, you narrate what you're doing, you are literally doing a rep. You're exercising and strengthening those direct English pathways.
So every little bit counts.
Every single bit. And the key advice from the sources, don't aim for perfection, especially not when you're just thinking or talking to yourself. Forget mistakes.
Aim for
progress. Just aim for progress. Even if you only manage 5 or 10 minutes a day focusing on one of these things, it adds up hugely over weeks, over months.
And celebrate the small wins.
Definitely. Celebrate those small victories. Every time you catch yourself starting to translate and you manage to stop and just think the English word instead, that's huge. That's a win.
That's a really encouraging way to look at it. It's achievable.
Totally achievable.
Yes.
The capability is there. It just needs that consistent practice.
Okay, great perspective. So quick recap of these techniques we pulled from the material. Number 1, use simple English in your head all day. Your internal monologue, label your world. 2, associate English directly with your actions. Brushing teeth, making coffee. Build those direct brain links.
Right, direct connections.
And 3, talk to yourself. Narrate your day, internally or quietly. Activate those production skills.
Get your brain producing English.
Right. So with that, time for an English brain challenge for you this week.
Ooh, okay.
Based on the material, we want to challenge you. Pick just one of these 3 techniques, whichever one sounds most appealing, or maybe just the easiest to start with right now.
Just one to focus on.
Yep. And commit to practicing it for at least, say, 10 minutes. Every single day this week.
10 minutes a day. That's manageable.
Totally. Maybe it's just mentally labeling everything in your kitchen while you make breakfast. Or quietly narrating your commute. Pick one. Stick with it for the week.
Consistency is the goal.
Exactly. And as you do it, try to just notice. Notice how it feels. See if you spot any little shifts in how you're thinking by the end of the week. We're genuinely excited for you to give this a try.
Yeah, me too. Because consistently applying even one of these, just like exercising that muscle we talked about, it really can lead to some surprising progress over time.
Absolutely. Which leads us to a final thought to leave you with. If practicing just one small technique like this consistently can strengthen those direct English pathways and boost your confidence so effectively, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? How else might small, consistent efforts in other parts of your life shape your abilities, maybe in unexpected ways? Something to think about as you take on the challenge this week.